Yo, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters worldwide, once again, you shall be entertained. You are now tuned into the big guy with the big show, the Lord. Got to pause for the effect. Nelson, that is, from Live and Loud with the Lord on the CMS network with Five Royals ENT. And once again, with open arms and love, I welcome a band that excites you with its amazing musicianship and powerful vocals from an amazing and vivacious lead singer that blesses your ears with that attention-grabbing hard rock delivery, but still can easily slide into a sensual vibe that takes you on a ride of pure pleasure. Yeah. So without further ado, I bring to you Honey Trap. Yes, what's going on? Great to have you guys here. And once again, we have Jessica here, lead singer extraordinaire.
Hello.
And Vasilios, this amazing guitarist doing what he does. So my first question always is, where are you guys from?
I am born on a Marine base in California. Grew up in Texas since I was 1. And then I moved to New York when I was 18 to go to theater school. And then I just ended up staying. I had a backpack and some money saved from babysitting in high school. And the city was awesome. It was exciting. Good place to be as a young person. And I stayed. I've been here ever since.
Indeed, from Cali to Texas to NY. Wow. Okay. East. Nice little journey. Vasilios, what about you, young man?
Yeah, I'm a little further away. I was born in Greece, in Athens, Greece, but I moved to Colorado, Denver, Colorado, when I was very young, just 4 years old. Lived there most of my life, but I think it was about 10 years ago or so. I was looking for a new place. I was looking for a new band, and I heard Jessica's vocals. As soon as I heard them, I was like, I have to move to New York and be a part of this band. Awesome. So packed everything in a U-Haul and moved to New York. So here I am now.
Wow, listen, I have respect for that. Everybody's not built to do those kind of things.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, everybody is not built to move like that. That's amazing. It really is. So, being that you've been in New York for a little bit, what's the best thing about being in New York?
The music and the food, I think. Because just, here it's such a melting pot of cultures from everywhere.
Right.
Hear any type of music, and I listen to anything, which I think as a songwriter is really, really important, because it's not, I think you fall in a little bit of a rut or you just start to sound like other people. But if you take from different things, then you make it your own, whatever fits you, whatever you like the best out of all these different things, and you create your own recipe there for music, and I love to eat, so in Texas it was a bit limited. It was Mexican food, Chinese food, or Southern food, which is delicious, but here I had never had sushi, I never had Argentinian steaks, houses, that kind of stuff. So it's amazing. And you have to think of the restaurants and the musicians that are in New York are probably the best from those countries that they're coming from, that they were able to get here and start those businesses or go after their dreams of music. So for me, that's what it is. That's what it's all about.
What about you, young man?
I just like that there's a lot of 24-hour spots. It's very rare. Oh,
night owl.
And bars are open till 4 a.m. instead of 2 a.m. like
right.
Yeah.
So that's pretty great.
You're a little night owl.
So I was going to ask some stereotypical things, but being that you guys are from other places, we can kind of glaze over it. We can get through that. But here's the thing, though. What is the best borough for food that you guys have been to?
Ooh, I mean, I settled in Queens. Mm-hmm. I lived in Manhattan first. I lived in Brooklyn. I never lived in the Bronx. I went there a couple times, but I settled in Queens because I think it's a really big mix in Queens.
Gotcha.
Foods, and I think my favorite are Spanish and Asian food. So I got that here for sure.
I can agree with that. The Queens also has Astoria in there, which being Greek. I think they do a good job with their Greek food there.
And I lived for a while in Ozone Park, which was like John Gotti land. So that was like homemade Italian. There's a restaurant there by JFK that family size portions. Like if you order a chicken parm, it's like 4 cutlets on a plate.
Right.
You share Closed on Mondays, cash only, and they make wine in the basement that they give you in their own bottles. Like that's the wine, the house wine.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, it's a lot of mom and pop kind of places still in Queens, I think, and authentic eating.
Got you. So I'm just gonna run through these little stereotypical things that I like. I just wanted to ask.
Sure.
I've been to New York. I just think New York is one of the places that it was more than my expectations when I went there. You know, I have family there, but when I went there, it was just like, wow, this place is amazing. Did you guys kind of get that same feel when you got there?
Definitely. There was definitely an energy that I got because I was actually only in the city for a day before I went upstate to Woodstock 99.
Right. Okay.
And then I decided like, oh, this is really cool. I was came up with my boyfriend from high school, and his aunt lived by Lincoln Center. And then I was just there for a day, and I was like, I like this. I like the energy, the hustle, the bustle, you know. So when I came back from the concert, I ended up just staying in New York.
Wow. So the only other question I have about anything food, like, I mean, it's New York. Does New York have the best pizza?
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Do you really think so?
For sure. We went to Chicago, and I like the deep dish pizza.
Yeah.
There, right? Like V, you liked it too, right?
I prefer deep dish over thin
deep
crust.
dish is great. I like both though. I can't front. I like both.
But I like for me, there's nothing like a thinner slice. It's like a little crunchy.
Right.
I'm not like big on chewy crust. And I like the sauces I feel are better in New York.
I got you.
A little more seasoning. Yeah.
So being that you've been to the other places and you said it also, do you guys feel like any other place that you've been has the energy of New York? You kind of touched on it a little bit.
I don't know. Every spot's kind of different, right, V? Like I feel like every city has its own vibe, which is I love to travel. Like we both enjoy traveling with the band and seeing the different spots, having the opportunities to go to these different places. You know, like I've been to Seattle a few times, and Seattle's like super laid back, just really chill kind of vibe.
People are very direct here. If you say hi to them on the road, they're gonna look at you funny. And there's like other places where you walk past somebody and both people say hi, and it's completely okay. But in New York, everybody they've got places to be.
Or are you talking about when I first moved here? I think I told you the story. I first moved here, and I would walk down the road like just smiling at people, like "Good morning," because I was from Texas. I'm
like is she on drugs or something? What's wrong with this girl?
No, guys was there following me, like, "Oh, hey." I just said good morning. What the hell? Like, I'm not interested in you. Like, I was just saying like good morning, you know. And you can't. But then you learn real quick you can't make eye contact, and then you have to have your earbuds in or like your earphones, and just so that if guys whistle at you and like pss, 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 like when you're walking, then they think that you don't hear them, so they don't get offended that you don't answer back.
Right.
But at the same time, you have to be street smart and not have your radio playing, so like your music playing too loud that you are unaware of your surroundings too, because then you'll get like snuck up on, like hitting the back of the head or something. Walking down.
See, it's just all of that those different kind of things that you're saying. See, I'm from the South. I'm from South Carolina. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, so I understand. I'm always kind. I'm always respectful. Even being overseas in Europe at times, people are like, you guys are so, kind and speaking and thank you and all those things. And we really don't do that. And I'm just like, it's a sign of respect. This wouldn't be disrespectful. So, so a lot of them didn't understand. But, hey, look, it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. So
New York definitely teaches you some street smarts. For sure.
So let's dig into Honey Trap. Who is the architect of Honey Trap?
Well, Jess definitely started it. She came up with the name, and I think you're the first member, right?
Yeah, I was the original Honey Trap. I Honey Trap Vasilios, the band.
She got me.
I was like, come here, listen to my siren voice. Come to New York and join me, and we'll make awesome stuff happen.
Yes, indeed.
And nowadays, my time is a little limited. I have a 3-year-old, and Vasilios is busting his ass constantly, just making moves and making contacts and stuff like that. He's really like stepped up on that end, and getting gigs, got his management. He's been nonstop, just really killing it.
Awesome.
Getting us on podcasts like meeting you, things like that, hooking it up. for sure.
I'm hoping to eventually just focus on the music. That's the dream.
Of course. Listen, I understand most definitely. Indeed.
There's a lot behind the scenes, though, right?
Yeah.
There's a whole lot behind the scenes. It really
He would
is.
always say, like, he watches these Making the Music shows, and he's like, they say, oh, we met here, we played these, like, a couple cool clubs, and then we went on tour or something, and we were
And
signed.
now we're rock stars. They never tell you all the in-between stuff.
They'll tell you all the BS that goes on.
What happened there?
It's like I'm watching them to get like instructions, but yeah, like nobody tells you the secrets.
That's a true statement, indeed.
Yeah.
But I want to say this though, listening to you guys, I would have never have guessed that you guys were out of New York. But then talking to you now, I can hear the other things, what you know, how you were inspired. So at first I was just like, man, I hear a lot of Midwest, West Coast, Southern ties, and I hear different stuff. I was like, the New York thing is not getting me right now. So I was just like, oh, but so you guys were definitely inspired by other things, as you were saying. I'm just like that. I listen to so much music. I listen to everything. I'm not a genre snob. That's what I like to say. I'm not a genre snob. I just enjoy music, and if it's hot, it's hot. That's just what it is. So
I agree.
Yeah. So I've read who you are, but I'd love to hear you describe who Honey Trap is.
Ooh, we're all pretty wild, I would say, is the first adjective that comes to mind.
We're trying to tone it down a bit.
Yeah, yeah, we're chilling out a little. But we like talking to people, we like meeting people. Like I said, we like new experiences, traveling. And most of all playing out. So, we usually VIVACIOUS comes up with like a really cool melody or something, a guitar riff, and he brings it in. Either we jam on it or he and I meet up and work acoustic and come up with I'll come up with some vocal melodies and some lyrics. We'll play around and that's our songwriting process pretty much. But yeah, we love getting out there, jamming, and just being part of the scene, I think. Mostly being part of live music.
So as teenagers, what was your music scene like?
Mine was heavily influenced by 90s grunge scene, but also, so Chris Cornell is my lead influence for sure. My brother is 4 years older, so he got me into that scene. But before that was a bit of Zeppelin from my parents,
right?
And female vocalists, I would say Sarah McLachlan, Tori Amos, even some Nina Simone, Ella Fitzgerald style. I love jazz and that bluesy kind of sound too.
Awesome.
Yeah, VIVACIOUS. I know you also Zeppelin, right? He's got a Zeppelin tattoo.
I do have a Zeppelin. I moved into Zeppelin, but I gotta say, like, being a guitarist when I first started playing guitar, I think the music I really got into was probably, I hate to say, but it was 80s hair metal, because the guitar solos are so crazy, and that really like turned me on to guitar. And I loved Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, and then I started transition more to like the classic rock, like Zeppelin and Sabbath, and now I try to listen to almost any just good music. Like you said, I'm trying not to be a genre snob, but if the music is good. But I lean more towards the heavy stuff for sure.
You're into Iron Maiden, VIVACIOUS?
Oh yeah.
Because I was listening to I hadn't listened to like a full Iron Maiden album, but I heard songs here and there. And yes, I was listening to a full album and I was like, this guitar reminds me of VIVACIOUS. And I never heard anything actually that reminded me so much of your guitar playing. And the guitar was sick, but I was like, just the way he did his solos, I was like, this is reminding me of VIVACIOUS.
I stole a lot of his techniques.
VIVACIOUS, like, well, let me say this, and I've said this on so many of my shows. Quincy Jones was talking with Chuck D from Public Enemy, and Quincy Jones said, you take 10 of your most favorite artists that you love. Take one thing from each of them. And once you take one thing from each of them, you'll have your own unique style. It'll be all yours. And so,
that's why you can't be a music snob. Yeah,
we're all influenced by, by people. I mean, it's just the way it is, But, you do your thing. And then the energy that you put into it, nobody else is going to have that energy. Somebody else can sound like you, possibly singing, but they won't have your same energy.
No.
It won't be Jessica. It won't be the honey trap. It just won't be that. So I get it when you say that you picked up from somebody else, man. That's a lovely thing, man. I think we all do it. To me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So you were saying like the 80s music. When did that actual love of music just grab you and make you say like, I want to be in a band. I want to be in a band.
I actually got a funny story about that. I actually joined a band the day I picked up the guitar. I couldn't even play the guitar, and I started playing in a band.
I was telling my brother that a couple days ago. Yeah, I was telling my brother that.
Yeah, I started. We did like and I think I remember like the moment that really made me want to keep doing this was we did like a high school talent show, and we did Pink Floyd's "Wish You Were Here."
Yeah,
and I was just so nervous. I've never played on stage before. I could barely really play the song. Anyway, it probably sounded terrible, but we're playing the song, and I'm just looking down on my guitar like a statue. And then at one point, I look up, and everybody had taken out their like phones and lighters, and they're like waving around. I'm like, that's awesome! Just an auditorium full of people, and just waving around. Like, I want to keep doing this.
Awesome, great story. What about you, Superstar?
Mine. I was a kid. I like to sing. I was, from a little girl watching Disney movies. I want to be a princess. And I grew up in Texas, so I was always like out in the woods singing, waiting for the birds to come into my hands, like Snow White. So I walk around singing everywhere. And my aunt and my mom saw that I had some skill in that, and I never took lessons or anything, but I sang a lot in church.
Right.
We were Baptist church, so it was never you never held back. Just it was a release. It was very spiritual, part of a congregation, just all joining together. The energy's there, singing. So since I was young, I was really loved to sing, and I sang a song by Amy Grant called "My Father's Eyes" at my grandma's congregation at church one day, in front of probably like 200 plus people. And I was 5, so I was never shy, never scared to get on stage and just belt it out in front of people.
Right. I can see. Yeah, you're definitely looking at the videos. You're definitely not shy. You handle your business. It's a lovely thing. It's a lovely thing. So, do any of your parents or your siblings, are they into music and enjoy music like you guys do?
Yeah, my brother, I said, influenced me for sure to get into the 90s music when we were in high school. He taught me like how to do vibrato. He taught me how to sing, but I still to this day I haven't taken any music lessons. I definitely need to. I would be down. I'm always broke. But yeah, he knew I was a very visual learner. So the way he like described how to do vibrato to me, he was like, picture a tube of air and then just slice it. So it's like, it's like solid tube, and then slice it, and then make it smaller slices, and I got it like right away the way you described it. So he definitely helped teach me some little pointers. And the first time I went to the studio also, he helped me in the studio recording vocals because I always did stage. So I was loud and big and very articulate. And he was like, you can't articulate so much in the microphone because it picks everything up. You have to make it smooth, like butter, like cream, and let your words flow. Let them just kind of melt together between the words and the letters, that you're speaking. So he gave me some really good tips, and it was a big influence too. And he still plays out in a couple bands. He taught himself guitar, piano. He's very musical.
He's going to be doing a guest appearance. On one of our next shows, he's going to be a guest appearance.
He's going to play rhythm guitar and sing backing vocals at a metal fest that we're going to be playing in.
Yeah, we got booked for Milwaukee Metal Fest. Super excited.
Yeah, really? Yeah. A couple of guys I've had on the show, they played there. Indeed.
I hope we get the same day as Zach Wilde and Black Label Society. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. So, what's the best venue you have performed in so far?
Oh, I like Irving Plaza in New York a lot. It's we play there for Night of 1,000 Stevies, but I like the setup a lot. They have a upstairs area with the balcony that looks down, and then a big floor area it's not seating, it's just standing. So everybody's up and dancing and moving and shaking the tambourines and stuff, and just partying.
A lot of people.
I like that one a lot.
1,500, I think, people.
Oh, really?
2,000 people showed up to that one.
Yeah, the sound was great there. I could hear everything too. they had good lighting, you know, because it's all these different aspects. So when you play live, if one thing is off, you're like, oh man, you know,
Yes.
it sounded really good, but the lighting was really bad. I was like in a shadow the whole time, or it was like really bright, my face, and I couldn't see anything. And I was like sweating a lot. I was like, you know, it's a lot of aspects when you play live to balance to get a really beautiful show sometimes.
Yeah, there's no doubt. That is one thing that when you play live and you get on that stage, there's so many different things that could happen. And you want everything to go right. But that's just what makes live music so wonderful, though.
Yeah.
You know, as Prince says, he said, may he rest in peace. You know, I'm a Nelson, so I always have told people that we're related. So, but the thing is that he said he has never done the same show twice, ever.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, because, you know, a lot of people go out and they're, you know, it's a regiment. We're going to do it. But man, live music, you just get out there and just enjoy yourself and you feed off the crowd. It's just an amazing thing. So now I do want to ask this question here, though. Yeah. Are the New York and surrounding areas difficult to please for musicians of today, do you think?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure. Especially for rock music. It's not a big scene for rock. It's DJs and hip hop. Wow. Which I like, you know, I'm into, I appreciate, but you know, for what we're trying to do, we have to venture out a little further to Long Island, into Jersey a bit, maybe upstate New York.
Yeah. That's why we started touring, and like it's so crazy when you start traveling and playing different areas, the different reaction that you get. Just I think it was last year we were the direct support for the band Plush. Another, yeah, you know Plush. Yeah. And we played in upstate in Syracuse, New York, and the feedback we got, like everybody just loved it, and it was just like, wow, we don't really experience that in New York City. It was so different. I think I was answering fan mail for like 3 weeks after that show. So I think we got to play in Syracuse again.
and what's so wild is that it's New York. And you would think that they would always have that scene. You know, it would always be that way where people would always enjoy because there's so many people. So that's just surprising to me. But I did want to ask that question. And so your answer is really surprising to me. Wow.
A bit in Brooklyn still, you know, but it's a little different in Brooklyn. Not such hard rock, I'd say, right? Be like different rock.
Well, it seems like it's kind of like the extremes in Brooklyn. Like if you're into metal in Brooklyn, you're into like the screamo metal, like the death metal there. And then there's also just like kind of like the indie rock, like the singer-songwriter type of stuff, acoustic stuff that's big there. But anything that's like in between, like us, where you're hard rock, metal, but you know, with the vocals you can actually understand them. It's there's not a huge fan base for that in Brooklyn for some reason.
Wow. Wow. So what has been your most memorable show? You said where you played, but what has been your most memorable show?
Oh, that's a hard one. Oh no. V, what do you think? What are you thinking?
I'd have to say just that one with Plush. Like I was saying before, it was just I mean, it was great to play with them, and just it's always good when you receive such great feedback after a show because you feel like you did like a good job.
Yes,
and you're on the right path. You're doing something right, and just gonna try to recreate that. So I think that was definitely one of the best shows.
Well, I could tell you what, man. Like some of my best shows have been in Europe, and just with Ryan, we were in Hungary. We were touring with Ectomorph, and we did a show on a ship. And there's a video of Ryan and myself out there. He comes on stage with Stuck Mojo with us, and we just have a ball. And it was just an amazing time. And, you know, one of those memorable shows you just won't forget. And there's a couple of them that I have, but it's just like, man, it's just branded in your mental. Yeah. It's like you said, playing with Plush. And knowing those, listen, young ladies are so dope, man. You know,
yeah, they're great.
Doing their thing. So, you know, and I know how did you feel playing with them? You being the female lead and seeing these other ladies, how was it for you?
It was good. It was a lot of fun. Their audience was very supportive, like V said. You know, right up against the stage and just really good energy. And then just lining up for our merch and to meet us and stuff like that. So it was cool. They were very, very supportive of.
They were surprised we were out with the audience.
Yeah, actually, we didn't even meet Plush. They didn't come out at all, and we were allowed into the green room, and then Yeah, they were just like they came on stage and then they left and nobody saw them. They had a meet and greet though, I think
Yeah.
maybe earlier in the evening or something, but kind of like a thing you have to pay to meet them. So
Right,
That's how you
they're
make the money. You got to make yourself exclusive, and people have to pay to
yeah,
meet you.
but their fans were very excited that we were just by the merch table chilling, and they're like, "You guys are so down to earth! Like, wow, you're out here meeting people." We're like, "That's yeah, I like this is my favorite part of it. Like, part of my favorite part is just meeting everybody, getting feedback. Like what they liked, if they couldn't hear something when we were performing. Like give me everything.
That was a good thing. I like that you guys said that, because that was one thing. My time with Stuck Mojo was after our show, I would come out and I wanted to be around the people. I wanted to be around the people. I was at the merch booth. I'm just talking. I'm listening to the other bands. We toured with Volbeat. And Volbeat
that's awesome. I love Volbeat.
So yeah, Michael and all the guys, man. I still have conversations with them. They're just cool dudes, and they just gave us so much respect. They came in when we first met them in Paris. And they came to the green room and they hey, because they were fans of Stuck Mojo, and I was just like, well, look, I know I'm the second lead singer, but hey, I'm here for it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, thank you. And they were just so respectful, but we had a great time. And having conversation with the people, is amazing. Now, do we want to get to the point that we're so big that we don't have to? That's on another level where people are just coming at you nonstop, because sometimes it can be a little hectic. But but indeed, though, speaking with the people and being able to enjoy yourself with them and let them know how much you appreciate them is an amazing thing. So
because you wouldn't be anywhere without that.
That's right. Exactly.
You always got to remember the fans.
I always go the extra mile.
You can't depend on your family and friends for all the shows.
Not at all. Like I tell them now, I was just like, hey guys, I'm not worried about what you guys do. I said, I want the other people out there. You guys are just, the icing on the cake. It's a bonus. I said, but I want those real people that really love me for what I bring to them. The feelings that they get from our music and stuff. And always shout out to my partner, MMA, Plastic Catastrophe with Lord Nelson. He's an amazing guy, producer, guitarist, just like you guys do. He's an amazing dude. But so what do you enjoy more, creating or performing?
Oh, I don't know. Probably performing, because it's like the final step of the creation. And then sometimes the creation changes after performing. I find myself, because we'll write something, but then not till I perform it over and over in rehearsal, and then sometimes on stage, and then I get that feedback from people like, oh, they really like, when I did this different, or just maybe held this or went up on this note on that, and you get different things like, oh, okay, I like that. That's why I think a lot of times it's best when we write something, we have a good amount of rehearsals and perform it at least out 3 times before we go into the studio with it, because I'll get bolder with it when we perform it live than in rehearsal or in just writing sessions.
Okay.
And I really bust out and really give it my all when I'm on stage in front of people. So it's good to get that out before I go into the studio to know how far I can take it before we pay money to have it forever, on this beautiful recording.
I like listening to the creation. I don't like the creation process. It's very stressful. But I love after it's over and you listen to the song, you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. But the process is quite stressful. So
the creative process.
I don't know why I just pictured you as a messy cook, in the kitchen with eggs dripping down the side of the pan, flour everywhere.
That would be me.
Oh wait, no, I was supposed to add pinch the, and it's just covered.
And I'm such a perfectionist too. So
you just took the words out of my mouth. I was going to ask, are you guys perfectionists? I was just going to say that.
Oh,
he is.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah.
I'm such a perfectionist too. I'm pretty sure I'm a producer's worst nightmare when it comes to videos and audio. So luckily our producers keep answering my phone calls still, so that's good.
I think they respect it. I think they do. I'm just the opposite. Maybe from doing stage though, I just, for me, I nail a little bit sooner, but I'm almost like a one and done. I go in there, I'm like, boom.
One take Jake. I like it. I like
And he's
it.
like, wow, I think we'll get 2 more takes and we're done with vocals. I'm like, yeah.
But then there's also the there's like the editing afterwards. So
Right.
I'm like a perfectionist when it
Yeah.
comes to my performance, and then I'm a perfectionist when it comes to everything, like all the post production.
Yeah, there's a lot of mixing, like a little detailed mixing in there that that V hears and like, oh, how did you hear that? But now after
It's a blessing and a curse. I just hear
after
everything.
hanging with him so long and being in the studio with him so many times and mixing and hearing the different mixes before they're finalized too. And now, right, I'm catching them. I'm like, well, on the third verse, like there's a little ting ting on the snare. I'm hearing. He's like, what? Oh yeah, okay. Like I'm getting
Which
there.
I feel like most people won't notice it when they're listening to it, but I'll notice it. So I feel like we should, try to make it perfect.
Yeah, indeed. So you guys is everything in house? Are you saying producers? Do you guys go out and get other people to help you out, or is everything in house?
Yeah, so we worked with Dave Schiffman, if you're familiar with him. He did he did like the System of a Down album. He's worked with Red Hot Chili Peppers, Adele, Chris Cornell.
Yeah, he won a Grammy for Adele, and latest was Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we flew him out from California to produce some of our songs.
He's awesome.
Yeah. And so he did the I think he did Outlaws and Saints and Sinners. He did like the production and the mixing, and then we took it to Howie Weinberg to do the mastering. I think he's also done what did he do? Rage Against the Machine, right? Howie?
Madonna.
Yeah. So you guys got some heavy hitters. You guys got the heavy hitters, man. That's awesome. That's awesome.
He's a perfectionist.
No. Listen, that's love. I'm telling you, guys. Listen, everybody can't do that. That's a beautiful thing.
Now I'm spoiled though. I'm spoiled now. I can't, like, after being in the studio with Dave Schiffman, and so we went from when we first got together, like went to the spot in Queens. It's like a friend. He's already laughed. A friend of a friend, like, oh yeah, my friends have a studio in Queens. It's like off the highway under a bridge or something, back at some like old guy's house. Like you have to use this bathroom and it's all creepy. Or, like there's holes in the wall. Like wonder if there's a video camera inside or something. Really creepy in the garage that's been redone into a studio. Walk in, like there's no vocal booth. The guys are in a separate room. I'm in the room with the board, and there's like guys smoking and talking, and then there's a guy, big fat guy, sleeping right next to me in a chair while I'm singing. Like I'm in a corner singing. And
his snoring is just
snoring. Another guy on the couch, like watching a movie on his phone, but his earbuds are like really fucking loud, and they're bleeding out, and I can hear them in my mic while I have my. I'm like, oh God. It was bad. So we went from that to now like being in like this studio in Brooklyn that Black Keys recorded in, and
Bunker Studios.
Working with Dave Schiffman, and he's on top of it, and right away he's like, all right, next take, blah blah blah, and he's got a cued boo boo boo, and he's like, I'm hearing something here, and
I'm laughing because I'm so visual, right? And I'm just seeing everything you said. I can see it clearly.
Oh
and it's just hilarious to me. You know, that
it was
old
so
school
ghetto, dude. It was so ghetto. It was like, oh my, it was bad.
Oh my goodness.
Whatever happened? I don't even know if we have that recording. Did we ever get the recording? I don't even remember what happened to the final product.
I don't even know.
Oh my goodness.
I blocked it out of my mind until just now.
So that's awesome. That was beautiful. So you guys have awesome visuals that complement your awesome song. So who's coming up with the treatments for your videos?
That's all me and V and our imaginations and wanting to be like have mini movies for sure.
Yeah, and then the production, and we have a guy named Tom Flynn. He's done most of the videos. He's worked with like Lamb of God and Buck Cherry and just a bunch of big bands, and he lives in Long Island, so it's great that he's we don't have to fly him out anywhere, with an exception of Outlaws, where we all went to Vegas
so that's where you guys
that one.
Okay.
Yeah, we needed a desert for that one.
Right.
We needed a steam engine train, so we had to fly out to Nevada. But yeah, I think that's one thing that we we're different from a lot of the other bands and really stick out is that when it comes to our music videos, we're almost making them like a short film is the idea, to make it very cinematic. And I think that just makes us, a little different and stick out from the crowd.
So, well, let me ask you this. So Miss America, Outlaws and Saints and Sinners are great videos. So how much did you enjoy making these, and was it harder than you thought it was going to be?
It was harder than I thought it was going to be. It always is. We plan that it's going to take this amount of time,
right?
And it's almost like always double the amount of time that we think it's going to take.
And let me say this. You know why I asked that question? Because it's like you guys are really out there. It's physical. Like, listen, Outlaws. I mean, you guys really did work in there. And listen, Jessica, you shooting the guns and everything. Like, I was so into that. I was just like, look at her. Look at it.
We had help before I had my kiddo, I'm still a nanny for like 20 plus years in New York, was my
right
job in New York. And the kids I babysit now, they're older, so I just do like drop off and pick up from school. Their mom and dad, I went to martial arts with them before she ever got pregnant with the first one. And he is a stunt guy. The dad's a stunt guy now. And he had his big break recently. He is the stunt double of Colin Farrell.
Really?
For the Penguin TV show. And he's one of my closest friends, and he lives like 5 minutes away. So he helps us with some choreography. His name's Corey Pierno. Super awesome dude. Super laid back. He helped us with the fight scene for Outlaws on the train and like how we should be, drawing the guns and the distancing and things like that to make it look good on film. Because Vasilios does martial arts as well, and it's one thing to do martial arts and for real fighting, versus on film that it looks different. Bigger motions and just the angles to kind of do those really tricky stunt things and
everything needs to be over exaggerated.
For Huntress coming up too, it's Viking themed. Woo, wait till you see this one. And we have axes and swords and stuff. So he really, really stepped in. He was there all day with us, helping out. And Vasilios falls off a cliff. And so he had mats for V to fall on. And I
had to use a crash mat and actually fall onto a crash mat.
I really want to applaud you guys for taking the time and spending the money and the energy. Once again,
thanks, man.
Not everybody loves the craft like that. And you guys have really put your all into it. And really, so you won awards for the videos, correct?
Yeah.
Miss America got one best North American rock video, I think. Yeah.
Hey, listen. Listen. Once again, the visuals. I'm just sitting there and I'm just looking and I'm just like, look at this.
For which one? For Miss America?
This is, say again?
For Miss America? Which one?
Yes. All of the videos are amazing.
Yeah.
But Miss America.
Miss America was like
I'm just watching everything. You got the Bill Clinton, the cigar thing. I was just like, listen, look at this. This is awesome.
Elections were coming up. Right. And we actually wrote that in the summer and was like, we got to this election business is just getting insane. Like no matter what side you're on, it's fucking hysterical. And it's all over the place, and it's just so much drama and so naughty and like, oh, well, so-and-so said this, ooh, and they're twisting and spinning people's words, and it's just all over the place. So like, let's just have a video we make fun of both sides.
Right. So, but now was that you playing all the different female parts?
Women, I'm all the women. And except for the burlesque, we had a burlesque dancer that was playing Miss America.
Right. But I was saying to myself,
I was Hillary. And I was Kamala. I was like, I know I can't do blackface. Can I do black hands? Like, don't show my hands. And I'm like, I don't know. Is she black today or is she not? Depending on, sometimes she is, I don't know. It doesn't fucking matter.
Listen, just like Tiger Woods, they play out the side. It's all love.
Like whatever team is winning at the moment, she's on. I don't know. So like I was Hillary. Yeah, I was. Who else? I was Marilyn Monroe.
Monroe. Yeah, I was just like, listen.
Vasilios was Kennedy.
Right.
I think I was Kennedy, Trump, Bill Clinton, and some of them.
Listen, you guys did a great job once again. It was really, really, really that good. It really was. Yeah. It really was. So now you spoke about Huntress, right? And that's your latest single, and it's a dope song with an incredible vibe. So, and I love the arrangement in it. And so, what's the meaning behind this song?
I definitely took the bridge a lot from Zeppelin. I used to do a cover called "How Many More Times," which is on, I think it's on the White album. Is that right, V? Is that the name of the album by Zeppelin? It's like a 15-minute long song that I would cover, and I always loved the bridge part, and I totally stole that, but I changed it from the hunter to the huntress.
Gotcha.
And it's just about war. For me, it was about war and conflict. It was kind of the topics there. And V just came in with this sick guitar part that was very Viking, and I was like,
yeah, kind of, very
strong,
driving,
be heavy,
very driving riff.
Yeah, I like the tribal beats because it moved.
Oh, amazing! It really is amazing. And so when I saw this, I was like, "Wait a minute now, where's the video for this one? What are they doing?
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, I know you guys said it. I was just like, wait a minute, stop playing with me. Don't play with me.
We're waiting for the boat. There's a delay with the boat.
Waiting for the boat.
Literally, we rented a boat, like an old sailboat that looks like a Viking ship, and I guess it has a hole in it, so it needs to get repaired. So we're waiting for the Coast Guard to inspect it so we can go and film it.
You listen, you two are inspiring. I'm serious. You two are inspiring just to hear you speak about what you're doing. You're talented, you're creative, and you're into the craft, and you're into being bigger and getting it out there. That's just really love. You know, I know, of course, I'm in a band, Plastic Catastrophe, with Lord Nelson. I always say it. Matt is the greatest guy. He lives in Texas, and I'm in South Carolina. He lives in Texas. And so right outside Dallas. But it's like, I appreciate him so much with what he has brought to me. You know, I always say like he just kind of saved me a little bit, you know, because, when he approached me and just sent me some music, and we really just started recording, and we have so many albums that we can put out. But just hearing you guys really still just inspires me to continue. Because see, you guys are youngsters. I'm a little,
yeah.
You know, my back hurts right now, but I'm a little
young.
But just to hear your passion.
I'm an old soul.
I got you. But to hear your passion for what you're doing is really inspiring, and I applaud you guys. I really, really do. And you're doing a great job, a really, really great job. So,
thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, indeed. So would you please educate us on you kind of talked about it earlier, but I'm gonna ask it again. So please educate us on your writing process from thought to finish.
Sure. As I said, sometimes, most of the time, V will come with a guitar riff or some beautiful melody that he's come up with. And I'm very visual, so the first, I always go to the elements. I don't know why. Like, depending on what he brings, it's either like, oh, this is gonna be fiery, or this is gonna be smooth. It's water and it's cool, and I kind of get that. And I think that also then goes to influence the videos, too. Like with the Outlaws, I was like, ooh, this is hot, but it's like desert. I'm seeing desert and western, and so the vibe. And then I let that influence my storytelling of where I'm gonna take it, because I'm already seeing the music video in my head a lot of times, or pictures or images or just something, colors, and then I let that influence my lyrics and my storytelling.
Awesome. And I want to say to you, seriously, I am, when I say that I'm very, very visual, I'm super visual. I mean, no matter what conversation we're having, when you're talking to me, I see it. And my wife and my kids always, and my sons like it that also. And they always look at me like, what are you talking about? They're like, why are you laughing so hard? Or why are you so emotional about that? I was like, 'cause I see it. I'm feeling their pain, or I'm seeing that laugh is funny to me. So just looking at your videos, and just, we're talking about Outlaws once again, and forgive me for going on about it. I'm just really looking at it, and I'm amazed. I'm just like, this is amazing. And it's like, it's cinematic, and it's all of those things. And you just don't see people doing those things. You really don't. So once again, applause to you guys for doing great things.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I guarantee you're inspiring more people than you really know that you are. I really
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
So what does success look like to you guys?
Ooh,
For me, it's just being able to just focus on music and just be able to make a living off of your craft.
Right.
To be able, I personally, I would love to just be traveling and touring and creating new music.
Yeah.
And that's what I see myself doing.
Yeah, I agree. Just being able to write and build songs and do more storytelling. I love telling these stories through lyrics and music.
Of course. Now, Jessica, let me ask you this question.
Mhm.
You being a mother of a young child, how difficult has it been for you?
It's rough. I was doing we were joking this. I haven't done one in a while. I need to get back on it, but the shorts, I would do a little short singing and recording the audio and the visual just to have stuff to post on Instagram. It was rough, but luckily it was from like here up, because sometimes he would just run in the room and you see like the curtains in the background like moving. I try to do it while he's napping, but I have an hour window, so.
Right. But you made it work though.
I have a lot of backup. My mother-in-law lives next door, so
awesome.
My guy is super supportive, always been since we've been together forever, like 23 years, 24 years now.
Really?
So been very helpful with me, pushing my music career and just like, oh, do it, not a jealous kind of guy. Go out, go gig, So yeah, like once, twice a week, he'll put the kiddo down to bed so I can go to rehearsal. And if we have a gig, I have a calendar on the fridge, like these are the dates, like, I need some help, or call my sister-in-law. My sister-in-law lives near, so I'm very very grateful.
You got that village, you have that tribe. Yeah, indeed. That's love. Really is.
Yeah.
Really is.
Yeah, and it's cute. He's like, "Mommy," like he hears, I'll be like, "Jude, you want to hear Mommy's new song, Huntress?" He's like, "Mommy." He jams on it.
Awesome. And once again, to have that support is so meaningful, and it allows you to be free to do what you want to do, and that's a great thing. And Vacilio, just like you said, man, when you guys get to that point to where you don't have to worry about all that other stuff, it's gonna be amazing. You can really focus on your craft even more. I understand it. I really do. So now, what can we expect from Honey Trap for the remainder of 2025?
Oh, we got Huntress Huntress is coming out. We're gonna do we have a couple more, one or two more days of filming for the boat. We're gonna do a boat scene. Doing his guitar solo. I'm the king of the world.
Gotta do a guitar solo on a boat.
Some drone shots of the boat.
That's gonna be amazing.
We're gonna do the band shots, maybe on the beach or something like that, very Viking-esque for the full band shots and things. That and
we got some festivals. We got that Milwaukee Metal Fest. So we're trying to build up the we're starting to get a lot of shows. I know Ryan's been setting up a tour for us in the summer.
Awesome.
So we're gonna be touring, playing festivals, working on an album. I think we've released enough singles at this point. I think it's time the next one should be an album.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna try to maybe shop around some record labels first and see if we can get some good representation. Gotcha. And if we can't find a good offer, we'll just release it on our own and just put out the album.
Some more writing.
Continue touring.
We do some more writing. Yeah. I think for shopping the labels, they prefer songs that have not been released. So we're gonna look to write maybe like 6 more songs and get some scratch tracks down. That will definitely be all in house, right, Vasilios? That we'll do.
We'll do that on our own and
shop
around some labels and see what the feedback is. And but either way, we're gonna release that album regardless of whether we get the label or not.
Got you.
Just be nice to do it with a label.
I feel you.
We're tired of paying for everything ourselves.
And listen, looking at what you guys are doing, you guys have invested heavily. I'm telling you, man, it's awesome, man. It really is. I'm telling you,
credit cards are
inspirational to me. It really is, and I thank you guys for it. This is a blessing to me. It's a blessing to the Lord.
Thank you.
So, my last question always is, what was the last song you guys listened to?
Oh, today? I think, it's so funny you said earlier because I was a Prince song. It was Raspberry Beret.
Oh, yes.
She walked into the outdoor. And I was like, oh man, he is amazing. And I love his music so much, and it always makes me feel good. Usually Saturdays, Sundays, if I'm like driving around, I put on music that makes me up, makes me feel good, relax.
Awesome.
And his lyrics are just so fun. I'm like, who writes a lyric like that? She walked in through the outdoor.
Listen.
But it gives you so much information about her character and what he's already saying about her.
Right.
Through that one line, you know? Like,
yes,
I love.
Indeed. And then the video's so colorful, man. Oh, man. Love Prince. Love Prince. Yes, indeed. Basilio, talk to me.
I think my last song I listened to was a Hailstorm song.
Hailstorm, okay.
Back from the Dead.
All right.
I've been doing a lot of I call this market research, or researching the competitions. I've been listening to a lot of female fronted bands.
Right.
And
Love it.
so just trying to see what they're doing and seeing if if we can compare.
Got you, man. Listen, let me tell you what. Once again, I'm gonna big you guys up again. You guys are next level nice. That's my thing. I like to say you're next level nice. And I just love it. This has been great, man. I'm feeling good.
It's hard not to be nice. Look at your smile. You have like the most beautiful smile.
I'm just telling you, it's just love, man. To talk to, as Ryan likes to say, he in Hell B, is that we just need more, just better human beings. We need more, just better human beings out there. And I just do my best to be the best that I can be. I'm as positive as can be. I do think negative also, but I always bring the positive in to get rid of that. I don't dwell on stuff like that. Yeah. So
you can't, you got to let it go. Cause if you dwell, it snowballs,
Yeah. So when I see, or I have a conversation with genuine creatives like yourselves, man, I'm excited about it. I really am. So I thank you guys so much for this. This is really, really good for me.
We had fun.
Yeah. And so the floor is yours. Let these people know where they can enjoy you and see you and hear you and all those good things.
Well, check us out on Instagram. It's a Honey Trap Band. Very easy to find. And obviously Spotify. We're on Spotify, so you can listen to all our music there. Just look up Honey Trap and and YouTube if you want to see all these cool music videos.
Yes, indeed.
YouTube, it's Honey Trap NYC. So you can check us out on YouTube.
Awesome. Well, young lady, young man, it's been a definite pleasure. I really, really appreciate it. And, you're welcome to come back anytime you want to. I don't care what you want to talk about. You want to talk about Colorado, Texas, the mountains. It doesn't matter. Food, whatever. You're always welcome here. And, of course, Ryan is my guy. We were born on the same day, September 28th, and we toured. And listen, that's my dude. That's my brother. It really is. So, I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
Yes, indeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, you know who it is. It is the big guy with the big show, the Lord. Yes, indeed. Nelson, that is. From Live and Loud with the Lord on the CMS network with Five Royals Entertainment. And my very special guest, one more time, always for the trifecta, my very special guest, Honey Trap. Yeah. Woo, love it. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Indeed.
Turn it up. You're listening to Live and Loud with the Lord, Nelson, that is.